Now, David Beckham was one of a kind. He, no matter what was going on in his private life, no matter what was going on in terms of the stick he was getting from fans, he was someone who always seemed to be able to produce. And so, what came with the kind of person he was and lifestyle he had didn't matter too much to United fans. It was something that he seemed to play almost in spite of at times. No matter how many people said it was going to affect him, it just didn't seem to do that. But for me, he really was one of a kind in that respect. One of the greatest players of all times. George Best, as good as he was on the pitch, especially at the start of his career, did succumb to outside distractions ultimately, and maybe he would have had more longevity if that hadn't been the case. And if he can get to the one of the greatest of all time, which George Best undoubtedly is, from the stories I heard from my dad, and the things you've read about and seen in documentaries and so on and so forth, it's gonna impact your Alejandro Garnachos and your Marcus Rashfords. We saw it with Paul Pogba, numerous other examples which don't spring to mind right now. But my point is that for this United team to progress beyond this current state of, that's good. I was going to say malaise, but it's worse than malaise, isn't it? It's shit. For lack of a better word, it's just shit at the moment, and that's what we're all having to put up with. I think we need to get back to basics. I think we just need players who their life first and foremost is football, and that by what I don't mean by that is that they spend that amount of time playing football. That isn't what makes it first and foremost. It's more about the thing that occupies their mind. The financials and things like that are in the parties and the occasions and social media. Everything else should just be, yeah, we've got people to deal with that side of things, because you can't ignore that it's part of a footballer's life these days. But for them, for the individual, for that person, they're able to somehow, compartmentalize that part of their life and just like sort of put it over there while they're focusing on the football over here. We haven't got enough of those players at the moment.